Hello and welcome. So today we're visiting the resting place of one of Charlotte Bronte's dearest and most faithful friends, Ellen Nussey. Ellen's friendship with Charlotte panned more than 20 years from the school days to the day of Charlotte's death in 1855. So let's go and have a look round. Ellen is buried here at St Peter's Church in Birstall. She lived a remarkable life, although she is often overshadowed by the Brontes themselves. But without Ellen, we would know a lot less about Charlotte Bronte's personal life, as she preserved many of Charlotte's letters and memories after her death. Ellen was born in 1817, the daughter of John Nussey, a cloth merchant. Though her family weren't particularly wealthy, they were comfortable enough to send Ellen to Roe Head School, where she met Charlotte Brontë in 1831. And it was there, alongside Mary Taylor, that the three girls formed a close-knit bond. While Mary Taylor was outspoken and progressive, and probably the loud one, Ellen was more conservative in her outlook. However, it was Ellen's loyalty and steadfastness and warmth that made her Charlotte Bronte's constant companion throughout the ups and downs of her life. The bells. What time is it? My goodness, it's 12 o'clock. They're going to go on for a little while. I do love a church bell. And you'd think that Charlotte and her sisters would have heard bells all the time, because obviously the church was at the end of their garden and the end of the church graveyard. So they would have listened to this all the time. I grew up with a clock that chimed. And you know, I could sleep right the way through, and even now when I go back to visit my parents and I hear the clock in my sleep, it still doesn't wake me up. Very bizarre. Their letters offer a glimpse into the intimacy of their friendship, and in a letter from November 1840, Charlotte writes to Ellen full of affection and deep resilience. "I don't know what I would do if I didn't know that there was such a person as you in the world. If I didn't know that there was a heart full of kindness and affection, always ready to respond to mine." This speaks volumes about the emotional support Ellen provided for Charlotte throughout their friendship and their life. Ellen was not just a passive figure in Charlotte's life. She helped care for Charlotte's father, Patrick Brontë, after Charlotte's death, and was instrumental in preserving Charlotte's letters and legacy. Without Ellen, we wouldn't have the wealth of personal insights into Charlotte and her family that we do today. Even when Charlotte was preparing to marry Arthur Bell Nichols, Ellen's advice was deeply sought. Though she had reservations about the marriage, Ellen's care for Charlotte never wavered. In a letter from March 1854, Ellen wrote to Charlotte, and it said, "Dear Charlotte, I hope you may be very happy that this union may bring you peace. I know you've pondered this step carefully, and though I cannot fully agree, I will always wish you well, my dearest friend." One of the most moving aspects of Ellen and Charlotte's friendship is how Charlotte confided in Ellen during the times of sorrow. In 1849, after the death of her brother Branwell and sisters Emily and Anne, Charlotte leaned heavily on Ellen. She wrote to her friend, "I can hardly speak to you of these things. It is useless to tell you how often I wish I could go to you for counsel and consolation. But dear Nell, I am not going to burden you with my grief." This deep trust and affection continued until Charlotte's death in 1855. Ellen lived for many years after Charlotte Bronte's passing, though she never married. She received at least 2 marriage proposals during her lifetime, but chose to remain single, dedicating herself to preserving the memory of her friend. Ellen played a crucial role in advising Elizabeth Gaskell in her biography of Charlotte Brontë, though she requested that some details be omitted to protect Charlotte's privacy. How she felt about the book, I don't know. Ellen Nussey passed away in 1897 at the age of 80. Today we remember her not only as a loyal friend to Charlotte Brontë, but as a woman who lived a full and independent life on her own terms. what I didn't expect to see across the road was a pond. And out of the side entrance there was a pub, and surprise, surprise, it's called the Black Bull. They're everywhere. Although she's often overshadowed by the Brontë flight support Ellen provided for Charlotte throughout their friendship. Oh, sorry. That through her letters and a it's that same bit again. Oh, hello again. You're doing circuits.
I'm meant to be walking around church four-hand. I don't know why, but I'm meant to.
Why?
I'm praying for the church.
Oh, good for you. Go back and do that bit again. Oh, stop it. I need to stop the video. Bah, 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 bah. I think it was over cheerful. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you liked seeing where Ellen has been laid to rest. She was such a steadfast friend to Charlotte throughout her life, and it must have given her great comfort. So anyway, thank you for coming with me today. Please do that whole likey, subscribey thing, because it really does help me out and it lets YouTube know that we want to watch more Brontë content. And I will see you next Friday for more Brontë adventures. Take care.